Anyway, I need to stop caring about how I look. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but anyway, I'll be looking scared to record because sometimes it just get rough out here. But anyway, I decided to make another video because I want to. Anyway, right now I'm just sitting, so I got the time to make a video. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of scary. Swift don't have any loads, or they just not giving me no loads. And that could be due to the fact of my, I turn down short loads. I mean, I feel like, and it's just me. I'm not saying when you get up in this company and turn down short loads. I'm just saying I turn them down because I feel it's a waste of time. I like to roll. If the wheels are not turning, you're not earning. And that's what I go by. But by me turning down a load, I'm not I'm not earning. So I just got time. I just decided to make this video. Sorry that I haven't been on here because the fact that I just haven't had the time. I've been spending time with the family more often and just pretty much trying to better myself on other ends. But anyway, I just want to make this video because I was just sitting here and I was just flicking. I was flicking through the YouTube channel, and I noticed that it's a lot of people on there. And around about the holidays, people get depressed. You got to think about it. It's the holidays. You got Thanksgiving just passed. You got Christmas coming up. You got New Year's. And people get depressed. People in prison, locked up, never getting out. You got people that's on drugs. Mama think about their mama died, and so on. But one thing about me is when Christmas and all these holidays come up, I get depressed. I'm not gonna lie, I get depressed. And you would say, well, damn, what do you get depressed for? I just have a better way of dealing with it, such as my way of dealing with it is, I keep moving. I try to stay busy so that I don't think. That's why I'm always gym, running or doing something, because once I sit down, my mind starts to think. And I don't know if a lot of y'all notice, but when you get lonely, man, you start to think about things that you don't want to think about. It just randomly thoughts comes about and you think about them. But anyway, one of the things I was thinking about was, and I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm going to start talking about some of these things. I make some videos about trucking and whatnot. But, sometimes I need to start making some videos about how life is and how some of these people are. I'm going to say people because when I say people, I'm not talking about all. I'm just talking about, let me see. I want to say about a handful of people. Anyway, I have this situation, when I was coming up as a boy or a kid or whatnot, a teenager or whatnot, whatever the case may be, I met this one girl, I want to say I was about 17 going on 18 or 18, whatever. I met this one girl and, we got together. When you were that age, you do stupid things, should I say. You're 18, what the fuck? You out there you out there putting dick in everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was. I was sitting there, I was gang banging, I didn't have a father, I got a father, I got a dad, but that dad was busy, should I say. He was kind of busy, So I say, I could call him or whatever, but it wasn't more like of a friend, pretty much to say. But anyway, as I was growing up, I met this one girl and we had a child together. And the lifestyle I was living, I was gang banging and doing other things, but nevertheless, I always had one to be there for my child. So, I pretty much fall into my daddy footstool. I felt like I could just buy things and, do this right here. Everything was good. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the lifestyle I was living, this girl that I was with that had a child by, You know, she was still pregnant, and she decided to meet another guy. She met this other guy, and pretty much it just left me. You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the days, I truly admit I was hurt. You know, I was in love, you know, whatever and all that. You know, I was crying or whatever. You know, and on and on and on and on and so on, whatever, what the fuck ever. Anyway, this girl left. This girl got another guy. You know, her and her mom and them decided that, hey, you know, we're going to leave Tyrone alone. We're going to go on with this other guy, you know, even though he's pregnant, but we're going to go on and whatever with your life. So anyway, after they had the baby, you know, I was allowed to come around maybe about, I came around, when she had the baby, I went to the hospital. I tell you what, you know, I start from the beginning. But anyway, once she had the baby, you know, they called me, and you know, I was at work, and they called me, and they said, hey, you know, the girl is having a baby. I'm not calling her name, but anyway, they said the girl is having a baby. Hey, you know, you need to get to the hospital. So, you know, I'm all excited. I'm thinking to myself, well, goddamn, you know, I'm going to go to the hospital and, you know, I'm going to see my child born, and maybe we can get back together, you know, and just have a family, you know, everything going to be smooth again or whatever. So I came prepared. You know, I went to the store. I got car seats and, you know, basically stuff that you get, you know, for a newborn. You know, so I came prepared. When I entered the hospital, you know, you got to try to check in, tell them your name, whatever, what you're there for, and so on. So I'm going to tell them, blah, my name is this, and, you know, I'm coming to see my baby's mom have the baby, and so on. They was like, well, hold up. So they went in the back. You know, doctors then went in the back or whatever, you know, to find out what's going on and so on, whatever. And they didn't want to let me in. You know, what the fuck? Whatever. I don't want to let me in. The baby about to be born, you know, shit. You know, let me in to see the child. You know, but anyway, the reason why they didn't want to let me in because the other guy was in there, you know. And, you know, it kind of broke me down, you know, like, damn, man, I can't even see my baby born because another guy's up in there. And at the time she was going to labor. So I didn't see, make a long story short, I didn't see my child born because the fact that the other guy was up in there watching the child being born. But anyway, so whatever, you know, I went on about my business. You know, I was kind of pissed off, raising hell and all, but nevertheless, you know, I try to keep my composure because, you know, they got the power to say, you know, you can't see your child. So anyway, the other guy left or whatever, you know, so they let me come in and, you know, I see the child. Same time, I'm hurt like hell because, you know, the fact that, damn, I missed my child being born. Another guy got this opportunity, you know, so I missed my child being born. But anyway, so I went on with my life, you know, just trying to do whatever possible, you know, stay cool, calm, collected so that I can see my child. Well, the baby was born. I only seen that child like 2 more days. It was like in a 3-month period. I seen that child like 2 more times. One time I seen him maybe in January, and then I seen another time probably in February. March, they was gone. Never to hear from him again. You know, never. I ain't heard from the child for, here it is. It's been 13, 14 years, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard from this child again. You know, I knew it was my child. You know, I go on this philosophy that every man knows their child. You know, you might have a second guess, but you know your child. But at this point, at these circumstances, I knew my child. You know, I knew that was my child. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was doing. I knew when I got her pregnant. I knew what I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so 13 years later, boom. I get a, how did it happen? I get some paper through the mail, child support. I'm saying, child support. Yeah, so I check it, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm really not much tripping on the child support because, you know, I really wanted to see my child. You know what I'm saying? 13 years later, I ain't seen my child, whatever. So, boom, I went to court, you know, stand-up guy. I went to court, you know, just to see a child, you know, to see my child. You know, so I went to court, whatever. I still didn't see the child. I see the girl that I used to date. Now, kid you not. This is 13 years later. Now, let me slow down because I talk fast. So I have a tendency of talking fast. I can talk real fast that you won't get what I'm telling you. So let me just slow down for a minute. But anyway, 13 years later, child support. Now, kid you not, you done married this girl off. They got married off. She had another baby by another guy, whatever, you know. Cool. 13 years later, child support. I go to court, whatever. Make a long story short, we had a blood test. Because, you know, even though I know it's my child, but my family was saying after 13 years, someone leave you for 13 years, you know, your mom going to be saying, that can't be your child, you know. I got another wife now, you know. She never said it wasn't my child. But people have second guess. People have second thoughts. You need to go get a blood test. To see my child. So to prove everybody wrong, or to prove a point, should I say, had a blood test. We had a blood test. Baby child, like I said, the child was mine. So then we go back to the judge. The judge say, okay, well, you're gonna pay this amount of child support. We're gonna give you joint custody. So you got your rights, she got her rights, or whatnot. Everything goes smooth. So then the grandma was like, well, hey, you want to see your child? I'm like, of course. That's my baby. You know what I'm saying? 13 some years without seeing my child. Fuck yeah, I want to see my child. What? This is what I'm saying in my mind. I'm not saying it out loud, but fuck yeah, I want to see my child. Motherfucker, you took her from me for 13 years without seeing her. You gonna ask me, do I want to see my child? But by me being me, I gotta play the game smart. So I say, yeah, yes, ma'am, I want to see my child and whatnot. So hey, I see my child. At first it's like, it's like, I'm sitting there, I'm telling her, baby, I'm sorry or whatever. But then I'm saying to myself, sorry for fucking what? Sorry that I ain't killed. Sorry that I ain't. I should not say that. I'm on YouTube. But sorry that I ain't. But anyway, I guess I'm sorry for not being there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the fuck, what could I have done? This girl had a mama. She had a dad. Dad was big than the mug. You know what I'm saying? So what could I have done? But anyway, make a long story short, after seeing that child, paying my child support and whatever, so I'm thinking to myself, I said, you know what, shit, this is going to be lovely. I get Saturdays and Sundays, the judge gave me the holidays, the summers and all that. This is going to be lovely. I could try to establish, a relationship with my child. I can't make up for lost time, but I can establish a relationship with my child. So whatever. So I called her up because it was Saturday, so it was my time to see the child. So I called up like, hey, can I go? I'm gonna come get, my child or whatever. She was like, nah, you made up all these kind of excuses or whatever. So anyway, I said, well, I guess I go back to court or whatever and try to see what's going on, however it went. Just try to fix the situation because I want to see my child. And I noticed that child support wasn't coming out of my check. So I called her. I said, hey, you can get your child support check? She was like, nah, whatever. So I stepped up and said, well, no, let me call down there to see what's going on. Let me call down there to see what's going on. To see what's going on with the child support payment. Because, I'm a man. I know how child support things work. My mama used to get it. It's sad to say, but you got some women spend their child support on a kid. You got some women spend their child support on the other broke. The other part, the other guy they seeing. He ain't working or nothing, but he's there laying the pipe, so the money gets spent on him. But like they say, don't worry about where the money going. You just do your part and don't worry about where the money going. So okay, you have to go along with that, whatever. But anyway, I'm calling to see, to pay my child support for they want to suspend my license because I drive trucks or whatever. So this is my career. I ain't trying to have nothing being jacked up and screwed up. But anyway, make a long story short, when I called the lady, she was like, okay, she pulled up the information. She's like, yeah, I see you on child support, but I also see they took you off. Took me off? Yeah, they took you off. I'm like, oh, okay. So I called up and said, you took you off and everything, but the only come find out that they moved and shot the fuck out. And they left and shot out again. So now, it's been a year now, and I still don't know where my daughter at. My daughter's be 14. She just turned 14 December the 30th. No, November the 30th. She turned 14. And I maybe have seen this girl probably like 5 times out of her whole life. And it's not because I don't want to see her, it's because the mother. I even bought her a phone, just to stay in contact with just me and her. Well, I ain't had to go through the mother. Well, they took the phone, her mama put some kind of app on the phone, to hear our conversation. Because my daughter would be trying to tell me certain things, even though I advise her, keep what happened over there, just try to, but how kids are. Kids gonna say certain things, So mama pretty much ran it off again. So anyway, when these holidays come around, I think about it. What can I do about it? I ain't got no judge I can run to and say, hey, this is happening. I ain't got no district attorney hunting them down, You know, saying, hey, you know, we're gonna go out to them and this right there, you know, it's just like, take it. Take it, nigga. You know, whatever. So this is why I hate kind of celebrating holidays, you know, because it makes you think. It makes you think about, you know, shit like that. You know, but anyway, I got a wife, I got a family, you know, I got a wife and a family, you know. I also got I hate to say stepdad and all that, but I also my oldest son, biological, you know, I raised him since he was 8 months, you know, and I love him like he's my own, you know. I discipline him. I tell him what's right, tell him what's wrong. I don't show no mercy on him like I don't show my Tyrone, my other son. But nevertheless, man, you know, I won't try no shape, fashion, or form to keep him away from his real dad. You know, I ain't much told him. You know, we got another dad out there. You know, but this is just why I hate holidays. You know, because it makes you think about things that you can't do nothing about. I know a lot of y'all gonna say do this and do that, go down and do this, man, but it's not as easy as you think. Especially when you're driving trucks, even when you're not driving trucks, you know. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm here, I'm sitting, I'm waiting. Schwupp ain't got no loads, whatnot, so I'm here. Anyway, peace, talk to y'all later, bye.